Welcome in, everyone. Take a moment and take some deep breaths as you enter the room. Deep breath in. On this next one, we're going to shake off everything we've been carrying today. Okay. Let that wash over you. As we get into tonight, I always love to talk about the energy before we do anything else, right? So there might be some weight, that some folks are feeling, and I want to acknowledge that. We have been in the energy of Aries, right? Not just in our sun, not just in the sun, but as we're approaching the new moon. And Aries is also taking up space in so many other, um, with so many other planets being in the sign. So there's a lot of energy to that, right? But Aries is the first sign of the zodiac, right? It's the breath before the breath, right? Because Aries is the initiator. Aries rising here, where all my Aries folks at. Um, but it is the initiator, right? It's the beginning of the zodiac. So this is an optimal new moon because it's allowing us to choose, right? And because Aries rules the first house of self, of body, of identity, right? It is asking us right now, who are we choosing to be, right? Aries and Venus, yes, I love that you know your Venus placement. Um, that's a juicy placement. But yeah, so Aries is asking us who we want to be right now. So for you, Monique, you mentioned, you have it in Venus. So it might be asking you who you want to show up in love, in self value, in self worth, right? So that is what Aries is asking of us: is who do you want to be right now? Um, Also, so to speak to that weight that a lot of us have possibly been feeling, is that Chiron, right, has been in Aries. And we've been in this like healing arc around identity and around worthiness, right? The wound of, am I allowed to just be this, right? A lot of people are exhausted from having to prove themselves. The new moon says that you don't have to earn the right to begin. Ooh, Chiron and Aries. Oh my gosh. That's such an interesting combo because if you all know Chiron, Chiron went through some things, right? Which is why Chiron is known as the wounded healer. Chiron was abandoned by loved ones because of what he was. He's a centaur, right? And so his mother was disgusted, but it was also how she got pregnant. So it was a whole backstory he got going on. But Chiron basically used its greatest wounds to become its greatest gifts, right? So he was a teacher, a healer, right? So Chiron and Aries, and then Aries, as we know, God of like Mars rules Aries, God of war. So I just feel like that's a very interesting dichotomy in Aries for you in Chiron. But it's included this huge healing arc, right? And so a lot of people are exhausted from feeling like they have to prove themselves. And again, this new moon says you don't have to, right? Aries is not with the pretension. Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. They don't have time to like, you know, just focus on all the minutia sometimes. They just got to get it started, and that's Aries's energy, right? Like we came to make things move, so they don't have time to be pretentious, right? So again, this hits the house of identity, of self, of body, all of that. Okay. And then Mars is ruling this lunation. So lots of Aries energy can feel restless. So if you've been having a hard time sleeping, like I've been having a hard time sleeping, sleep like on my breaks, but like at nighttime when I'm supposed to be sleeping, I'm like struggling. But that energy is restless, right? Sometimes it could be a little bit of irritability, so you might want to slow down. It's kind of like you're ready, but then there's these things and these obstacles in the way. Um, and the friction is a part of that initiation, right? The fire is doing its job when you kind of feel like that. That's like there's things that you've been putting off possibly that now you're ready to like push through, but you have some things still in your way. So this sometimes calls us to take the wisdom of the previous season, being Pisces, to apply some of that Pisces wisdom to Aries's initiation and ready to go ness, right? So it's like kind of trying to combine those lessons together. And then the invitation that I would ask of you for tonight is to not force anything, right? One of the things that I feel about Aries energy is that because it's so in the moment, it's so present, it's in the body, right? It wants you to just let things that come up, you know? So don't rush to try to come up with a name for it, as we go through the sound, as we go through the prayer tonight. Just try to allow yourself to like notice without judging. They say we listen and we don't judge. So if your body is like, I need to lay down right now, lay down. Do you, right? If you need to close your eyes, close your eyes. If you need to stand up and pace back and forth in circles, like whatever you need to do, do it. If you just start crying and you really don't have a reason why, just let it come up, right? Because Aries wants us to be present for all of it, right? I feel like Aries, like native sun, moon, rising, are really good at sitting in the present moment, really good at enjoying like the little things, the being in the moment with it. Um, like it's like they give their attention and their focus all to that time, which I think is a really beautiful skill to have. Um, so no forcing, no, oh, am I doing it right? Do I look right? No, just be here. I'm in my bedroom. I don't even know what corner of the room to call this. I'm on the floor in a position I thought I wasn't going to be in today. So I'm just rolling with it, because it's not how I had my setup planned, but this is what we're doing today. I just remembered my midheaven is in Aries as well. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, so you got a lot of fire. Go ahead. Thanks. So interesting. Yeah, Joy. Okay. So we're going to start with a bit of reflection, and I'm going to play for y'all while we reflect. So before you get fully comfortable and submersed, if you have a piece of paper, or even if you don't, you just want to like let these things sit with you. Actually, let's see if I can copy them and put them in the chat for you guys. That might be easier. Let's see. I can. Okay. So I'm putting some questions in the chat, but then I'll read them to you all as well. And I want you to sit with these. So the questions that we're going to reflect on with some silence and for about 5 minutes. So what are you ready to start or step into this season? And again, you may have an answer, you may not, but you also might have an emotion or a feeling. So if you have an emotion or a feeling, just notice it, let it come. If you have enough wherewithal, write it down. Write down where in your body is happening, right? So there's so much information in that too, okay? So what are you ready to start or step into this season? What have you been waiting on? And what would it look like to stop waiting? What do you want to call in? You can drop it in the chat, one word, one line at the end of this, okay? I'm going to play for us for 5 minutes and I'm going to let you guys sit with those questions, okay? And I promise prayer is coming, but I would like to make it more intentional through us reflecting first, sharing a bit, and then praying towards the end, okay? All right, we're going to do it now. start to finish up your last thoughts for this section and come back in about one more minute. Okay, welcome back. So, we sat with the reflections, or I like to call them the mirror questions. Um, so, again, you don't have to share all of your details. If you want to share one thing, one line, or one word, do me a favor and drop it in the chat. And that way, when I pray, I mean, even with you just being here, you'll be personal, but I would like to personalize where possible. Want to hold what you were praying for with you. Ooh, balance. Mm. Ease, abundance, love, community, sanctuary. I love that. Do more writing, publish what I write, share it widely. I love that. Yeah, you have a beautiful voice to share, Lashonda. And Joy and Monique, you deserve balance, ease, abundance, love, community, sanctuary, all of it. Okay. Whew. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you feel comfortable, go ahead and close your eyes. Lay down if you need to. Go to the prayer closet if you need to. The sound bowl that I'm playing right now is about being enough. Okay? God, Source, Spirit, whatever name feels true for you in this moment, go ahead and whisper that name or out loud, if you will. Spirit. And let us all touch and agree. We come to you upon this new moon. We don't come having it all figured out. We come because we're ready for something new. Even when we don't fully know what that looks like yet. This season has been heavy. A lot of us have felt the weight of carrying questions about who we are, about what we want, and about what we deserve. about whether we're allowed to just go for it without having to explain ourselves or prove we deserve it. Ooh, which is why we are enough in your eyes, God. For someone, feeling enough feels heavy, heavier than the things that you want. But I'm also hearing that you might feel like it's heavier to try to take it off because you've lived with it for so long. But I'm here to tell you that when you take off what feels familiar, you can truly see God's love for you. You can see yourself fully, properly, in the image of God. Nothing feels heavier than weight that doesn't belong to you. Oh, someone's hearing this and their eyes are starting to well up. I can feel it. I'm with you. You are more than your lowest decisions. You are more than your mistakes. In fact, those things are the reasons why people are going to learn from you. They're going to hear your writing. They're going to read your words. Mm. Oh, you're fighting the tears. Just let them fall. It's okay. We have our room set to all blue tonight for nurturing. Because it's been so heavy. And you just need to embrace those around you that want to carry you. Hmm. For everyone in this space, we lift up what they dropped in the chat, every word, every desire, every quiet hope they've typed out, even if it's not witnessed in this chat. See it, God. Hold it. And as a matter of fact, we thank you for your grace, for your mercy, for holding the things that are too heavy for us to hold sometimes, for sending the right people, for creating the right spaces, for opening the right hearts. Ooh, amen. We're asking for courage, whether it's just taking the next step or whether it's taking that major leap. We're asking for clarity on what actually belongs to us in this new season. And we're asking for the kind of peace that lets us plant something and trust it. Ooh, and trust it. We're asking for the kind of peace that lets us plant something and trust it instead of digging it back up to check on it. Ooh, do we have that kind of faith? trust you. Yes. I'm hearing a resounding yes. Ooh. Do we have faith to plant it, nurture it, and watch it grow? To not rush the gestation of it all. Ooh. Mm. Heal the places where we've been told we're too much or not enough. Heal that part of us that's still waiting for permission to begin. We receive this new moon as a reset, a real one, not just words, an actual shift. Thank you for meeting us here. Ooh, we trust it. We trust it. We trust you. Ooh, God, Spirit, Source, Light, Truth, Buddha, Allah, we trust it. Jesus, we trust it. Whatever it is for you, we trust it. Love, we trust it. Ooh, okay. Ashe and amen. Mm. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. Do me a favor in the chat to affirm and seal this message. Write, trust it. Say it to yourself. When you feel like all the things that you wrote down and asked for today are so far away, trust it. And you're going to carry this message with you from now until the next full moon. So as you're building, as you're planting these seeds, remember to trust it. Okay? You came tonight because something in you knew that it was time. Trust that the seed is planted. Now, Spirit is asking us to let it grow, even when it doesn't look like what it really is. Let it grow. Okay? Woo. Now, sending you all off with light and love. I'm going to play for about 5 more minutes, and you feel free to leave the room as you are ready. Okay? Everyone is so welcome and so deserving of space. And I appreciate you all for being in community with me tonight. And I hope this carries you through to the full moon. I can't wait to see how seeds you planted bloom. And I will see you all next time. Have a wonderful and blessed night. Ashe and amen. I'll see you guys next time.